Well, hello everyone. Nikki 2 times here with another Sunday Funday episode number 73, and we got my man Bart, BC Sports Cards in the house. What's going on, Bart?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
I am doing excellent. It's been a good weekend. Got some fishing in. We see my man Vince, the sports card ripping teacher. We were talking a little fishing in our text thread. What's going on, Vince? What's going on? Paul Daves Jr., Moon over Miami, and our good friend Sith on the Spine Ticks Live channel. Why don't you give some of the guys a shout out there, BC?
Yo, Paul Daves, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Sorry about your Chiefs there, but you know it is what it is. And Sith, bro, what is up, my man? Glad you're in here. We're gonna have some fun on Sunday Funday.
We also have coming in Budget Rips. What's going on, Budget Rips? And little dude, Broncos fan, Broncos Cards 10. Bart, this is a good kid. He does whatnot. I think he does like eBay sales. He picks up cards from whatnot. Really good channel. Big Broncos fan. Big Winnipeg Jets fan as well. And I forgot the other teams that he's into on the other sports. But welcome in there, Broncos Cards 10. What I was going to say is, yes, it's been a good weekend. Got the fishing done. Sixers with a win today. Flyers are currently on. And I can at least say my football team didn't lose this week because they were on a bye.
That's always a good thing.
Alrighty. You know me, I'm writing everybody's names down. You know, I have old man brain. If I don't, I'll forget. I don't retain info like our friend Seth does, where he remembers everything. He remembers what I had for dinner 3 years ago. So, I don't have that kind of memory. Hold on, let's get this volume down. Oh, good.
We got Dino in the house too. What's up, Dino? He says, "Yo,
Dino,
tater tot."
tater tot. Dean, yo, Dean's Cowboys. They play tomorrow night. So, hopefully that'll be a loss for his Cowboys. But good to have you in here there, Dean. My Texas barbecue buddy. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Vince is talking about the Raiders game, but as Sith would say, Raiders is a lifestyle. Who cares about the game? It's just a lifestyle. We got Boji in the house. Boji is on the fantasy football that I'm in, and I got a bone to pick with Boji. Boji, it's like every 2 or 3 days, Bart, Boji will propose a trade, and I decline it every single time. And 4 days later, he's proposing the same players. I'm not sure if he's gotten the hint or he's trying to get under my skin or hope that I misclick and accept these trades. I don't know. But Boji, I'm not going to make the trade. So you can let it go, buddy.
I always had people like that propose trades that you didn't want to take. And then they would message you and say, well, you can always counter. I'm like, but I don't want the players that you're offering. Yeah. Justin, Three Good Nerds. What's up, my man?
Justin in the house. What's going on, Justin? And as our man Swag would say about fantasy sports.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
we got a lot to talk about tonight, Bart. I hope you also have some cards you'd like to show, but we're going NASCAR. We're going heavier into soccer than usual this evening. We're talking NBA, NHL, NFL. We might as well, because we have a good set of people in here right now and a good following of baseball fans. So we might as well talk last night's World Series and jump right into that from the jump. But first, we'll highlight this comment here. Aditya Chandra says, "Yo, guys, finally YouTube suggesting some cool guys." Well, thank you very kindly there, Aditya. We're talking sports. We're talking with the chat. Sometimes we talk other stuff, as long as, we kind of, I loosely, right? Would you say, Bart? I loosely have like an agenda, but it's always about the chat. It's also, and I forgot to say it at the top of the show, it's always about Vagana for life.
Yes, sir. And don't forget the Bobs
here on Sunday. Thank you very much. Don't forget about the Bobs. Special thank you to all my All-Star Channel members. That's Jazambi, Brittany, Two Balls Are Better Than One, BC Sports Cards, who's in the house, Tex Carnage, and Small Town Rips, and my Hall of Fame member, Justin W. Smith, over there at Big Sky Entertainment. And now our buddy Swag is in the house. So Swag is also a Denver Broncos fan, so I'm sure he is over the moon. And speaking of moon, I don't know if I said, shouted out Moon at the top of the show, but Moon over in Miami's at work, enjoying the show.
Swag's already saying no one cares about your fantasy team.
We're definitely going to talk a little fantasy, not a lot. I got the slides. I got to tell you how things are going against the family. And, on one sport, it's not looking so good. On the other sport, I'm still thumping my chest pretty strongly. What's that? I'm not sure what this is in reference to. I have to go back. But Vince says, at this age, 45 to 60 minutes per day or until I fall asleep. Is he watching a program? Are you watching a show? Or
I'm not sure what that was in reference to.
I'm not sure if it's. You might have to repost because I don't want to start scrolling back and then I miss everything else. Like Jim NFL 7 coming into the house. I like, I've heard it. Swag has said it. Not quite sure where Jim NFL 1 through 6 is, but we're here with Jim NFL 7, who posts some videos. Did you know that Jim NFL is also the biggest Charlie Kirk fan on the planet? He's like a huge Charlie Kirk fan.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do. He's a big Charlie Kirk fan, and he has like the biggest Kirby Puckett and Cal Ripken Jr. Baseball collections that you'll find. But they're probably all raw because Jim doesn't believe in PSA.
I got you.
Oh, we got, I think Broncos Cards 10, he just put up $1.99. I don't know if that's a super chat or a membership. I don't know how this stuff works, but
it looks like a super chat.
Thank you kindly there, Broncos Cards 10. Make sure you're not, mom and dad know that you're putting stuff up there.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it greatly.
So I think Vince was talking about reading 45 to 60 minutes a day or until he falls asleep. So that's the he put on there. So
I used to to be a big reader, but now, I barely have. I feel like I barely have time to. I don't even read my comics right now, so let alone read a good book. So, Vince, if you have some good suggestions of what to read, feel free to drop it in the comments. I tend to read some science fiction type stuff, little like mystery, or I've read a lot of. I don't know if you know who James Patterson is. But, he does the Alex Cross novels, and Murder Mystery Club. They're like females that are like solving crimes. Pretty good writing. Yeah. So let's play this clip, and then we'll get our thoughts on the World Series. Actually, two clips here.
Okay.
Let's find these clips. Here we go.
Bounces one up the middle, bends to the back, over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Perfect day. I love LA. We love it. I love LA. We love it. We love it.
All right, so Bart, first I'll lead with congratulations to the Dodgers. Tough loss for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
I will have to say though, like I'm not gonna. Some people might say there's controversy on the play at the plate. It is what it is. He should have ran through instead of sliding in the first place. But at the end of the day, they just choked. The Blue Jays choked. Dodgers capitalized on it, and good for them. Back-to-back champions hasn't been done in the National League. I think that they said the Reds in the 70s, and last time it's been done in majors was when the Yankees did it, I believe, in the 90s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
yes, that's correct. It's been a while.
What are your thoughts?
They went back to Toronto, and the Blue Jays were up 3-2. And it reminds me of the 2016 World Series, where these guys were in it, going back to Cleveland, down 3-2. And, Game 6, the Dodgers should have lost that game. They should have lost. I mean, they had, runners on second and third with one out. Bad base running mistake. Guy got caught way too far off second. They doubled him off. They should have at least tied it up. But that was a crucial mistake there in Game 6, which led to the Game 7. The whole game looked like the Blue Jays were going to win. I mean, Bo Bichette comes out. He's playing about probably 70%. He can't even hardly run. And he blasts a 3-run homer. I mean, he demolished that ball. So that was, it was a 3-0 lead. I mean, they kept the lead the whole game pretty much. And then, that's why they play 9 innings. They don't play 5, 6, 7 innings. It's 9 innings. So you got to see it through. Key player. And it was the bottom of the lineup that killed them. They play this Rojas guy that I don't think he'd played much during the series. And he hits the home run. Well, first you had Muncy hit so they hit home runs in like 3 straight innings, right? I think Muncy hit one in the 8th, I believe, and then Rojas hit the one the next inning,
and then and then Will Smith
something like that.
in the 11th,
right,
or 12th.
Yeah. So the Blue Jays had their chances, and second and third, nobody out, and not scoring a run. That's, I mean, it happens. It happens. Second and third, I can't remember who it was. Clement that was up. First pitch swinging, pops it up to first, and then you still got second and third, one out, and hit it to Mookie, and he gets the double play to end it. That's just crazy. But kudos to the Dodgers. I mean, they held in there. They didn't quit. They fought back, and the Blue Jays didn't execute when it mattered. So, people can say they should have won, but that's baseball. Things can turn on a dime, So, but
I mean, I'd have to say, to me, the bigger one of the bigger controversies that I saw was in Game 6, the play where the ball was stuck against the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the rule was you still had to go for the ball first, and if they couldn't pull it out, they call ground rule double. The guy didn't even go for it. It got stuck. Puts his hands up.
He was going to, and then the left fielder told him, started raising his hands because he was about to go for it, and he kind of took two or three steps towards it, and then he raised his hands. I guess the thought is that if it is stuck in there and it takes an extra second or two to get it out, then that would be, some sort of interference, which would call for a ground rule double. So I don't know what the rule actually states.
I mean, unless they changed the rule, the rule was originally when they implemented the rule, I should say, was that you still had to make an attempt on the ball, and if it was stuck, like you couldn't remove it. And I've seen games in the past where even in Chicago at Wrigley Field, the ball being stuck in the ivy or whatnot, the rule is you make the attempt for the ball, and then if you can't retrieve it right away, then it's interference. They never even made the attempt for the ball. So to me, that was bogus and really messed that game up anyway.
Yeah. Wrigley's a little bit different because the ball rolls into the ivy, you can't even see it. So, obviously, and then I've never seen a ball do that. I mean, it hit right at the base and stuck under the fence. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. It didn't bounce. It hit right in that crevice between the ground and the bottom of the fence, the padding, and just lodged there. Kind of like when a basketball gets stuck in the rim and the backboard. So, weird play.
I can say I have seen it on occasion. I just can't recall when and at what stadium, but I definitely have seen it a couple times. I've seen once or twice where the outfielder has purposely tried to it's stuck. I can't get it. And
right.
Kind of push it there.
Little Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if they had not called that,
Swag's given his bitter commentary on SGA.
Golly,
they're very lively in the chat tonight.
Yeah.
I'm watching this pitiful hockey game right now. Their Broncos Cards 10. My Flyers, and I'll probably get into it a little bit more anyway, but not a lot. I'm not talking a lot of hockey tonight, but my Flyers have been surprisingly good as of late, but they lost yesterday, and they're losing to the worst team in the league right now, 2-0 in the third period. So maybe my weekend is not going as well as it could have been.
Well, he's asking about the Sunday night game, which the Commanders are taking a dump or something during the game because it's 28-0 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Jaden Daniels has 40 yards passing with 1 INT. And he's my fantasy quarterback, swag, because you care so much about my fantasy team. I did not play him. I played Jordan Love, who wasn't much better. Vince, what happened to the Packers?
I have not
Vince is
even
like,
looked.
Huh?
I have not even looked at my team yet, but I might as well look at it now. But go on. Tell me what you got going.
When I picked up Love, I said, should I go with Love? He said, oh, you should have all confidence in Jordan Love. And last week he did perform, but this week, not so much. Not so much. They did get beat, right? They got beat by the Panthers. Is that right?
Yeah, by the
16
Panthers.
Oh my God. I mean, now I don't feel so bad with my Dolphins getting, crushed by the Ravens. The Ravens aren't as bad as their record reflects. That's because, they didn't have Lamar Jackson for several games, probably. But Ravens are 3-5 now, so.
Well, I'm looking at my fantasy team that Vince, as well as Small Town Rips, our friend Hammy and Son, and Helmets and Hash Marks, and Boji, just to name a few of the people that are in that league. And I've already won, thankfully. I'd say I had a pretty good score of 125 points, but made it pretty easy win because who I'm playing this week, somebody that I did not mention. Man, do they have a shitty team and empty slots, no less. They scored a whole 55 points because they've got empty slots, people on bye weeks, people hurt. Yeah, I think they stopped even paying attention because they're 1-7, and it looks like they're now going to be 1-8. So,
right.
We got SV Vintage, who is also happens to be in that league as well. What's going on there, Seth?
There you go.
I believe, let me look at my list here. Yes, his Patriots, they won today. Maybe I'll do this backwards. Maybe I'll go into these other sports later. And we could talk the NFL now, since we're already kind of
talking. It just, we're just like a river. We just ebb and flow with the chat and with, it's all good.
We gotta pivot. We gotta pivot.
Pivot.
But so actually, hold on. Damn it. I don't think I can. Yeah, hold on. We'll get into it, but it's going to take a minute because I gotta remove slides to then add other slides back in. Let's see, we'll get rid of these slides first. Mind you guys, I'm still trying to figure out some of this stuff. Who scored? Who scored there, Ethan? Travis Konechny with a goal to bring us 2-1 down. Still 5+ minutes left. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to add a couple slides in here for us to talk.
Sounds like Broncos may be going to his first game here. He asked, will the Broncos beat the Raiders for my first NFL game?
Probably. And that's me being somebody that actually likes the Raiders and have since I was a kid.
Well, it's a lifestyle, you know.
But remember, it's a lifestyle. It's not, you know. All right, I'll go through the scores and then we'll look at the standings. So Thursday's game, Ravens 28 and your, you know, absolute pitiful Dolphins with just 6 points there, Bart.
Terrible.
I haven't
Terrible.
paid attention enough to it, but did they fire the coach yet?
Not that I've heard, but I don't know if they'll fire him in season or not. I mean, at this point, what makes a difference? To be honest with you,
Yeah. I mean, they're not going.
because all they're going to do, you know, they just get an interim. They're not going to go out and hire somebody. It'll just be an interim. You know, they might as well just suck the rest of the year, fire him, and then get somebody in the off season.
Mm-hmm. What's going on there, SCA? SCA stopping through.
All right.
You haven't been
SCA,
around
man.
a whole lot lately there, SCA. And we haven't seen you on Saturday nights over at Spine Ticks Live in quite some time. You know, you need to find a way to get your butt over there on Saturday nights and come hang out with us over on that channel. We had the 49ers 34 beating the Giants, who scored 24. Chargers 27, Titans 20. I mean, no surprise there.
Right.
Vikings 27, Lions 24. Go figure. Wow. You know, kind of thought the Vikings were somewhat dead, and they pull out the win and over the Lions, who they have like Super Bowl aspirations, not with losing a game to the Vikings.
No.
Falcons 23, Patriots 24. The Steelers pulling off the win, 27-20 over the Colts.
Yeah.
And what's been mentioned a few times, Broncos 18, Texans 15. I did hear about CJ Stroud getting knocked out of that game. I don't I
think I saw that play.
Injury or not, but he definitely got knocked out of the game.
Yeah, he was sliding or something, and his head hit the turf or something. So I think he's in the concussion protocol, maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that could be pretty funky because that could be a week, that could be the rest of the year. You just never know with concussions.
Yeah.
How that stuff can go.
That's true.
Bears 47, the Bengals 42. So that's a big help for those guys who weren't supposed to be any good, but they're hanging in that division, and we'll take a look at that once we look at the standings. Panthers 16, Packers 13. Bart, I have absolutely no fear of the Packers when the Eagles play them in 8 days from tonight. And that's going to be a blast. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be all over my Packer buddies' pages and talking a lot of shit this coming week. Rams taking care of business, 34-10 over the Saints. Jaguars 30, Raiders 29. I'd say the other big game of the week, Bills doing what the Bills have to do, getting the win over the Chiefs. As Paul said at the beginning, Paul Daves Jr. very upset. I feel for you, Paul, but really I don't, because I do like the Bills, And if my prediction wants to ring true, I have the Bills making it and making it to the Super Bowl. So,
Well, the Bills may not even win their own division.
well, we'll see. I know the Patriots have looked pretty damn good, but we'll see how the rest of the season shapes up. Broncos Cards 10 is taking off. Kyler, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Thanks for the super chat. Go Bo Nix. Go Broncos. Have a great night.
See you,
and
see you, buddy.
You're gonna have to take plenty of videos and just know this. I'm watching a lot of your stuff, buddy, but Kyler pretty much has comments turned off on most of his stuff, Bart. So,
Okay.
he doesn't know that his buddy Nikki Two Times is watching, but I am. So have a great night there, Kyler. We have Red 03 in the house. I'm sure Red's pretty sad because that's another loss for his Bengals. If you're, do you know Red 03, don't you there, Bart?
I do.
Red's a good guy. Red's been in a bunch of the football community, like the football community, the Jazambi community. So, Red, thanks for being here. Seahawks right now, we just said Seahawks are playing right now, killing the Commanders. And then tomorrow night, Cardinals in Dallas to face those lowly Cowboys. So, as of right now, let's see what these standings look like.
Dino's out too.
All right, Dino, take it easy, buddy.
See you, Dino.
The teams that were on bye this week were the Browns, the Jets, the Eagles, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, so first slide, we got the AFC East and the AFC North. Patriots, like you said, doing really, really well. It's like people are anointing, Drake May as like the second coming, the new Tom Brady.
Okay, Brady 2.0. Huh? No, I don't think so.
Let's not go that far, but
no,
him and his team have been pretty impressive to this point. But
have they played anybody? Have they played anybody? Is what I want. I haven't followed them. Obviously, I don't like the Patriots. But I'd have to go back and see who they've beaten, just to determine that 7-2 record is legit or not. I mean, they got 7 wins, but they got to play the Bills twice. I don't know if they've even played them once yet, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's those 2 games are going to what's probably determine the winner over that division. Now, I don't know. You got the AFC North. Browns and Bengals are just awful. Ravens have looked awful, even when Lamar was healthy before he got hurt. But maybe with Lamar back, they start riling off some wins. But Steelers have been looking pretty good. Old man Rodgers is doing his thing. Like the old, like Brett Favre style gunslinger out there doing what he's got to do. So, how do you feel about Rodgers and the Steelers?
I mean, obviously he can still play some. He knows how to be a quarterback. He's been good for many, many years. Their defense is pretty decent. I don't think they're going to blow people out, but that's a 2-team race right there. I think even with the Ravens at 3-5, I think the Ravens will have to win that division to make. I think that division will be maybe 11 win, whoever takes it, maybe 12, but I don't know. If Baltimore keeps rattling off wins, they may take the Steelers over. Who knows? But Yeah. But the Steelers, I mean, they beat the Colts today, right?
Yeah, they beat the Colts.
And that was
today,
the
so-
last one loss team. So now they got 2 losses, and so that's pretty impressive. So obviously, it's still we're not even at the half. Well, we're almost at the halfway point, but it's going to be interesting to see that division.
I'm also looking at the Ravens. Like they still have a chance, but I think my prediction is completely out the window because I believe I had them having the first overall seed of the AFC, and I'll have to go back and look. That's certainly not. That's certainly
probably not going to happen. I mean, they've already got 5 losses, so
yeah. Let's see here. On to the other 2 AFC. Oh, did I hit this twice? Hold on. Damn it. I think I hit this twice. Yeah, I did. Hold on. I'll have to pick this up. AFC West and that's not the AFC West and South. What is that?
you got the NFC up there.
That's the AFC West and South. All right. Now we're on track. So there's your AFC South and AFC West. Colts, like you said, being handed their second loss. Jaguars hanging in decently. Jaguars to me have been a weird team. They're like losing games they should win, winning games they should lose.
Right. I don't see. I don't see the Jaguars. I think they end up somewhere around 500, maybe a game or 2 over 500. I just don't think they've got it. I think the Colts will take that easily. And then Tennessee's one of the worst teams. Houston, obviously, if CJ's out, then for any length of time, you might as well just kiss their season goodbye. I don't think Jacksonville will hang. I think they'll end up somewhere around, 9-8 or something like that.
Yeah, I'd also say like with the Texans, whether CJ's in or out, we're definitely not getting the rookie CJ these last couple years.
No,
it's not. He's not the same player. So with our buddy Sith being in the chat, he'll tell you that his stock on the card market has certainly plummeted. So all those people that have been stacking those CJ Stroud cards are, they're holding the bag at this point.
Right.
AFC West, but speaking of quarterbacks that are still on the rise, Bo Nix doing what he does, 7-2. Chargers with Justin Herbert at 6-3. That's another team, almost like the Jags, but not quite. They have a little bit more talent. But I had the Chargers winning this division, but they're in that same boat, winning games that they maybe shouldn't, losing games that they should easily win.
Right.
Chiefs, even though they lost this week to the Bills, look like they're kind of they're figuring it out. They're not dead yet. It's not all of a sudden they're going to go into obscurity, so they're going to certainly hang around all season and let us not forget who they are. And then the Raiders, just the lifestyle.
Oh, I gotta love
Vince
them.
is taking off. You want to give Vince a goodbye shout out?
Yeah, Vince, glad you were in here. I know you got school in the mornings. Need to go get some Z's. And have a good day at school tomorrow. We'll be watching you for your next video. So have a good evening.
All right. Any thoughts of these teams before we move on?
I don't know. This one's pretty wide open. I think Denver probably takes it, maybe, but the other two teams are going to compete for that title. But that one's a little more gray. Chiefs could run off several wins, even though I can't stand the Chiefs. But I mean, I don't mind I kind of like the Chargers. I've never had anything against the Chargers. I'm Justin Herbert. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. Seem like the Broncos seem to somehow win, but they don't blow people out, I don't think. But if they can figure out just how to beat people, it doesn't matter if, you don't have to blow people out, obviously, to win. What was the score today? It was pretty low scoring, wasn't it? What was it?
18-15.
18-15, a weird score there. But a win is a win.
Before you move on, we've got a slew of our friends flying in here now. We got Matty Ice Cards, Adam's Card Closet, and Doogie's Dugout all jumping in here, Bart. Why don't you give our friends a shout out as well?
Matty Ice, my Cubs bro, how are you doing? I know he's a Colts fan, just like Doogie's Dugout, who's in here trolling me on my Dolphins. Doogie, I already know my Dolphins suck, but what about your Colts today? Dropping the ball, getting beat. Too bad they're 7-2 now, so you can't really you can't do anything to hurt my feelings because I know the Dolphins suck. I've said they probably just need to stop playing football. So that comment was wasted. Who else we got here? Adam's Car Closet. What is up, man? Glad you're in here. Hope you're having a great weekend. He's one of my card bros. So welcome in, all you guys.
Adam's also restarted up with Sticks G doing the Guess Who. Adam's first episode of Guess Who was, I'm certainly not one of those vintage guys there, Bart. So I had absolutely no idea. Even when the card was finally shown, I still would have been guessing who because I had not a clue who that guy was. But it was still fun.
Minnie Minoso?
I've seen Adam do the Guess Who live before, so that was an interesting take on how to do it. But so welcome in Adam, welcome in Maddie, and welcome in Doogie.
I didn't know until the last clue when it said his nickname was Minnie.
See, you like I said, even showing me a picture of him, I would have been completely out.
Yeah, Minnie Minoso.
Yeah, see, 1952. Like my father wasn't even born yet. In
That's funny.
Doogie, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well too. I know you've been working really hard there over at the post office and getting all those hours, and I'm sure it's going to ramp up as we get into the holiday season. My hours are going to get ramped up probably too if I want them. They kind of like do it like that. Do you want an extra day when we get into Amazon Prime and then get into the holidays? But man, I got to tell you, when it starts getting dark around here at like 4:30 in the afternoon, I kind of don't really want to work too much because I'm out like delivering to like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I'll be delivering for like 3 hours in the dark.
That's no fun.
Retroholic Gamer in the house as well. Welcome in there, Retroholic Gamer. I know Retro, he's been pretty busy too. Missed you last night on the Spinetix live stream. Thanks for being here with us tonight. We're going to jump into the NFC. NFC East. My Birds up there on the top on the bye this week, but they play the Packers Monday Night Football next week. That should be a lot of fun. Cowboys, Commanders. You know, I don't know what's going on with the Commanders. I mean, I thought they were going to maybe not be as good as they were last year, but still contend in the division. And it has not worked out so far. Giants, you know, a big loss of Scatabo in that division, and then in the NFC North, man, another division wide open. Hello, wifey.
Sorry, hi.
She didn't know if we're talking about football or baseball or basketball.
Oh, there I am. I didn't know who the Commanders were.
They're the Redskins. They had to change their name.
Oh, that's not appropriate.
They're the Washington football team.
Yeah, the Redskins is not culturally advisable. I've been studying tonight, so I know that one. Actually, I don't know the Commanders, but I do know that's culturally inappropriate.
Their actual the depiction of their logo is an actual chief, and the Native Americans or Native Indians or whatever you want to say are actually not very happy with the fact that that their chief has been taken down as the logo, and they're actually demanding to bring it back.
Wow, good for them.
Now you got to have some indigenous people complain about the Cleveland Indians having their logo removed as well, but you know that's not a depiction of a real Indian, so that's a little bit more offensive because it's a red face. But
it was I
always thought it was one of the best logos ever in sports.
Chief Wahoo.
Well, as riveting as this is, I'm going to go do something. I'm going to watch something violent because I need to express my emotions in a healthy manner.
Watch Weapons. My suggestion is watch the movie Weapons.
Weapons. I've never heard.
Violent.
I don't like scary and gore. But sorry. Why did you do that? Sorry, I'm being inappropriate.
It gets a little bit scary and some gore, not too over the top. Not. Like,
I don't want to be scared. I just want to watch. I want to watch people fulfill what I'm feeling on the inside while I'm studying. So you boys have the most fun.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for letting Bart hang out. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for letting Bart come out and play.
You're welcome anytime. Unless I need something, and then it's me over you.
Absolutely.
By the way, the neighbors are home.
So that NFC North is crazy wide open.
Oh yeah. I mean, even the Vikings. The Vikings are only 2 games back of first, so you know.
And
crazier things have happened.
The Bears were going to be, the Bears, and they haven't really played like some top tier teams and whatnot for their wins, but you can only play who they schedule you to play, and they're making it happen. Yeah,
kudos to them.
So I think that's going to be the most fun division to watch. Between that and then the Bills and the Patriots, that might be the big talking this year. And now let's get to the last NFL slide. We got the NFC South and West. Buccaneers 5-2, Panthers or 6-2, Panthers 5-4, Falcons 3-5, and the Saints, just another one of those dumpster fire shit teams. Rams 6-2, Seahawks 5-2, but well on their way to be 6-2.
Yeah.
49ers 6-3, and the Cardinals 2-5, and they play tomorrow night. Any thoughts?
Not really. The Buccaneers they're pretty good. The Panthers are surprising at 5-4. To be honest with you, who's quarterbacking the Panthers? Is it the new dude, or is it still Bryce Young, or who?
I'm pretty sure it's Bryce Young. I'll look that up real fast. I know Bryce had an injury, like a small injury, nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Isn't it Cam Ward on the Panthers?
no, Cam Ward is on the Titans.
Oh, that's right.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Well, taking his lumps. Yeah, that one. I think Buccaneers. That one, they're going to take that one. Yeah. Sorry, Adam. I follow enough just to. Well, I don't follow that closely. I know where most of the rookies play, but the West, that's a 3-team race. I think any of those three could probably take it. You'll probably have 2 teams come out of that for the playoffs more than likely. I don't know if the Panthers can keep up, a above 500 record or not.
I'm looking at it, and maybe it's because they did play. Maybe it's deceiving. Yes, they beat the Packers, but that's probably the Packers just playing horrible offense. But only put up 16 points and get a win. Bryce Young. I'm looking at it. 0 touchdowns, 100 yards, 102 yards to be exact, and an interception, and somehow they still win. Go figure. They're not. Panthers are definitely not a good team, but
Yeah.
I guess Bryce Young keeps his job for another week, even though he didn't do very much.
Right.
All right. What are we at? We're almost to the top of the hour. I've been hanging out here in the living room lately, so it's no big old chair spins from Nikki 2 times. So you just gotta get the subdued version of things, because I feel more comfortable out here. This is where I'm at on Saturday nights, is right here in the living room, but it's just easier to have my phone plugged in next to me, watching the TV. Flyers did lose tonight, unfortunately. But all right, so hold on. We got my good friend. This is a good way to finish off the first hour, Bart. We've got my girl Veronica in the house. She says hi, everyone. That's, in case you don't know, that's my girl Veronica from Chrissy's Crazy Crafty Life, 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 Chrissy's Crazy Crafty Life. Woo! That's a mouthful right there. That's what she said. What's going on, Veronica? Glad to have you here, girl. And of course, when either Veronica or Brittany come on through, they also get
Hello, cutie pie.
Even though we won't have a chair spin, I'll start it early because I have, last week I totally forgot about it with the late start. I think I even forgot it the week before, but let's jam up real fast, and then we'll switch the music for the second hour. We're getting ready to jump into hour number 2. Hopefully, you guys got plenty of sleep with the extra hour of daylight savings time that we got going into the middle of the night. Guys, welcome to Sunday Funday, episode number 73, hour number 2, with your man, Nikki, 2 times, and my good buddy, BC Sports Cars. Well, let's get to rocking. We're going to talk NASCAR, we're going to talk soccer, NBA, and NHL this second hour. And we'll also have Bart show some cool cards because, Bart, I love the stuff that you've been ripping. I love the stuff that you've been buying. And right now, because I had a really shitty rip with my basketball, I don't really feel like showing any of that stuff.
Ooh,
Switch it off.
that was a mood changer right there.
Oh, is that? So this is officially called Night Driving. That's the background music title.
Night driving.
Night Driving, which in a way that, is kind of like apropos, a big college word for all you people out there, all you uncultured swine out in our chat. Sith is calling it the Nikki BC romantic hour. But we're just going to talk a quick NASCAR stuff. This was championship weekend, Bart. All 3 divisions, big major divisions, were decided. In the truck series on Friday night, Corey Heim, he wins the race and the championship in his number 11 Toyota. There at Phoenix Raceway. Saturday over in the Phoenix Raceway Xfinity Series, Jesse Love wins the race and a championship in his number 2 Chevrolet, and finishing 3rd. Well, I do have that slide. Where is that slide? Finishing 3rd in the race to win the championship. He is now a 2-time champion. Kyle Larson in the number 5, HendrickCars.com, Hendrick Motorsports, Chevrolet. Congratulations. I certainly watched a good amount of that race, and it was a shame because Denny Hamlin, and I'm not a big fan of Denny Hamlin, but he's a very talented driver, and as talented as he is, has never won the championship. He was one of the final 4 drivers. He was leading the race with about 5 laps, not enough time for any drivers to catch him or any of the other contenders to catch him, and someone gets a flat tire. So when that happens, the yellow comes out and everybody gets to kind of like bunch back up. Denny Hamlin's team, they all came down to pit row. Hamlin's team decided to go with 4 tires, while Larson and a bunch of other teams decided to go with 2 tires, which put like a buffer, giving Denny Hamlin absolutely no shot to catch back up. So very unfortunate. I feel like Denny Hamlin is the Toronto Blue Jays in this situation. All right, we'll talk a little bit of soccer, and then I'm gonna, and then we'll get into cards, but I have a lot more soccer to talk about than usual. We'll start off with the English Premier League. Arsenal still at top with 25 points. The Wolves, they only have 2 points. That's as bad as it gets in the English Premier League to only have 2 draws. And of course, your goals leader, Erling Haaland, he scores 2 more goals this week, Bart. 2 more goals. He's leading the league with 13 goals. You know, the closest person to him, there's 4 people tied with 6. So he's more than double the next person in line, which is what is also a fascinating stat is on his team, nobody has more than 1 goal. I just found out that today that a bunch of guys have 1 goal on his team. He's got 13. So one of my favorite songs, and I Sith, I give this out to Sith too. Sith, this might be the next guy that you should be looking for PSA 10s for. Fairly inexpensive. I was looking them up today, whether it's in his Manchester City kit or the Bayern Leverkusen, I believe, is the team he played for when he was in Germany. But here you go. To me, that song never gets old, but
that's pretty funny.
Moving on to a league he used to be in, I just want to give a shout out to FC Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. The reason I'm giving them a shout out is the dominance that they've shown so far this year. They have 9 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. 33 goals for and only 4 against during those 9 games. Also, there's a thing in Europe called the Champions League, Bart, where you have to qualify for it and you play teams throughout the different European leagues. And so far in this year's Champions League tournament, they have 3 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 12 goals for, and 2 goals against. So they're kind of like the big dominant team, and they've always been really good, but this was cause for me to give them a little extra love.
Sure.
We'll get into, I got a couple slides for this. Major League Soccer, we'll look at MLS East. Philly, they beat Chicago in the best of 3 both games, so they're moving on. Miami versus Nashville is at 1 game apiece. Game 3 will be on November 8th. Charlotte FC versus New York City FC. They're 1-1 and play on November the 7th. Columbus versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati was up 1-0. That game was played a little earlier today, so I don't know the result of that game.
Ugh.
And in the West, San Diego versus Portland. They're 1-1. They play November 9th. Seattle versus Minnesota. Minnesota's up 1-0. They play tomorrow night. Austin versus LAFC. LAFC, that's one of Sith's teams because he likes those LA teams, of course. but they're playing currently right now to determine if they're going to either move on or if Austin's going to tie it up. And then Vancouver, they won both their games already against Dallas. Now, if you had to, I put a gun to your face, Bart, and you had to be into Major League Soccer, how would you go about deciding what team that you would want to root for? Because you got you're Chicago Cubs fan, but you're a Miami Dolphins fan, North and South. You're somewhere here in the middle. How would you go about picking a Major League Soccer team if you had to?
Well, I could always go with the neighboring Nashville team at Tennessee, right? That's 2 hours from here.
Okay.
And they have a hockey team.
All right. Okay.
So Nashville's a pretty big, good sized town. They got the hockey and the soccer. They don't have the one of the three majors yet, but they've always had a AAA team for baseball, or most of the time, Nashville Sounds. But that's probably what I would do. People around here,
could you see Nashville ever getting a baseball team, whether it's expansion or a team moving?
It's doubtful, just because there's not any other large cities around there. Lexington, Louisville's probably 2 hours to the north. So most people around here that are hockey fans are Predator fans. So, and I know people go down there and watch games. So, and for basketball, the closest team to me is Memphis. If anybody were to get around close to me, get professional sports team, would probably be Louisville. I think I could see NBA going to Louisville maybe, because you got Louisville, you got Lexington, you got the Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. There's a lot of people in that, what I call the Golden Triangle. So, Nashville's, of course, it can be a wild little town. Nash Vegas, as they call it.
Yeah, I have not had the pleasure of going to Nashville and hanging out in any of those bars and whatnot. Now, I've been through Tennessee and in the Great Smoky Mountains, doing road trips to elsewhere. I've been to I haven't. No, I forgot. I haven't, but family has been to like Dollywood and stuff like that. But
Pigeon Forge. You could always go to Bristol, the Motor Speedway there.
Ooh, I forgot. I have actually gone to Bristol. That was the big thing I did. I did not go to.
Now, is that on the Tennessee side or the Virginia? Because there's, the Tennessee state line separates the Bristol. We stopped in Bristol on a trip one time, and there's I think it's a restaurant that actually has the state line going through the restaurant. Which is pretty interesting.
Oh, shoot, I never heard that. No, I've been to Bristol Motor Speedway for a race years ago. So just to tell you, years ago I worked for Sunoco. I was a manager for Sunoco. And back then NASCAR was a bigger deal. Like year over year they tend to lose fans. It's just not as popular as it once was. But Bristol was definitely still a big deal. It was the hottest ticket. Sold out year over year for both their races, and my company were selling tickets at half the price. So I got 2 tickets at half the price, and me and the wife, where we were just newly moved in together, went and took the trip and saw the race in Bristol. That was a fun trip.
That's the short track down there.
Yep. Yes, that was, and I believe, if I'm still not mistaken, Kyle Busch won that race because he's really good at short track racing. It was Mark Martin's 800, either 800 or 850th race. That's a long career when you're racing that many races. Considering too that I believe he started off in one of the lower tiers and didn't move up for a little while. So that's a lot of races.
Yeah.
But also for Nashville, they with Major League Soccer, they also have well, not just Major League Soccer and the lower divisions here in the United States. They have a tournament, in season tournament, kind of like how the NBA is doing their thing. It's called the U.S. Open Cup. They've been doing it for a long time. No team outside of the MLS has won the title. And I believe only one team has ever even made it to the finals that wasn't in Major League Soccer. But, it is open to these other divisions as well. And the winner this year was Nashville.
Wow. Okay.
One other, but this is going to take a little bit of our time. One other thing that happened today in the world of soccer, Rangers versus Celtic. What Rangers and Celtic are, Bart, it's a Scottish Premier League. And when you talk rivalries, I would put this rivalry up against any other teams in sports, whether you're talking Bears, Packers, Vikings, Packers, Red Sox, Yankees, Lakers, Celtics. You name it. Eagles, Cowboys. I'll throw that in there. What you put this up against anything. They call it the old firm. They played today. Before I give you the results of today's game, they each have 55 titles. They've won their league 55 times apiece. So you're talking over 100 years of history right there.
Wow.
They have two different tournaments that they've been a part of. The Scottish Cup, Celtics won it 42 times. Rangers have won it 34 times. The Scottish League Cup, Celtics won that 22 times, and the Rangers have won that 28 times. Celtic has won 170 of the meetings against each other. Rangers have won 171 games, and they've drawn 106 times. So after all those years and all those competitions, the one team has one more win. That's how crazy it is. But they go through spurts where one team is good for 5 or 6 years and best the team, and then the other team is better. But today in the Scottish League Cup, Celtic did win 3-1. The other reason I'm bringing this up, because this is pretty interesting. Like I was never into Scottish soccer, but when I was a season ticket holder for my Philadelphia Union, guys I became friends with that I tailgated with, a bunch of them were all Rangers fans, and invited me to go to the pub and watch Rangers versus Celtic for the first time. And I went and I rooted on for the Rangers with them because I didn't know any better. And I say it like that because this is the interesting part about these two teams, because there's a lot of this rivalry isn't just about sports, Bart. This rivalry dives into. Hold on, I wrote this down. Their rivalry is routed in a divide of views regarding religion, identity, and politics, as well as their relationship with Ireland, especially Northern Ireland.
Mm.
Traditionally, and this is where it gets interesting, you're going to be like, well, wow, this is crazy that you're a Ranger fan based off of these things that I'm going to tell you. Traditionally, Ranger supporters align as native Scots, Protestant, and loyalists, where Celtic fans, they tend to be Irish Scots of a Catholic background and
Mhm.
have Republican views.
Ah,
So
interesting.
me personally, I'm half Irish. I love my Irish heritage. I happen to not be Republican, but lean uh, heavily Republican over the last like 8 years or so, 10 years. So you would kind of think I roll that way, and I'm Catholic. So, but for me, it just in that instance, I look at it. People I like and care about and respect invited me out, and I just have to I have to roll with it. That's the team I roll with, and enough said on that.
There you go. We got 2 days rips in the house. What's going on 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days. What's going on 2 days? They're talking a little bit of soccer. I was rambling on and on, Bart. They are talking a little bit of soccer. I will say it again, there, Sith. If you should get on the Erling Haaland bandwagon and pick up a slab or two of him. I'm sure you could probably pick up a Mohamed Salah slab on the cheap, who's also one of the top players who did have the most goals last year.
Well, I believe Sith did say he was going to send me some soccer cards. I'll take any Messi or Mbappe cards you got, PSA 10, what have you. That'll be fine. I'll take them if you don't, you don't want them. That'd be
Sith
cool.
has his Colin Rawls. Wait a second. I thought it was all about PSA. We don't do the raw because it's not valuable. Have you seen the latest poll that Sith has put up on Spine Ticks Live?
Yeah, I did. Something about what's the reason the haters don't come to the channel, or why they're haters,
Yeah,
something like that.
Is it my politics talk? Is it Dan being inappropriate because he's old, Swag being the curmudgeon, or I think it was like I forgot what the cis reason was.
I'm supposed to tell you that we've been texting all day about raw cards. He was showing me his raw card collection, so he does have a pretty good collection of raw cards. So he's very diverse in his collection.
See, he doesn't do that with me, and and he doesn't post that in our chat, our Instagram chat. So I think he's really trying to buddy up with you, Bart, because he's like anticipating the day that I leave Spine Ticks. So he's got to be able to slot you in there where you're more than just a semi guest, that you're a part of the show every week. We got our friend Sean, the Jedi Master, who I'm sure is weeping this evening with his man CJ Stroud getting knocked out of the game. But what's going on, Sean? Good to see you, buddy.
What is up, Sean?
And I actually got to meet Sean. I don't know if you know this. I got to meet Sean in person, hanging out when we went to the National. We caught a Cleveland Guardians game together, and then saw him over at the National. Met Matty Ice Cards there as well.
That's cool.
So that was a blast. I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with Maddie. It was kind of like in and out. I had been there all day. We finally ran into each other. Phones weren't working, so we couldn't like text or email or do anything. So that part was pretty shitty. But luckily, I got to meet Maddie before the end of the day, and it was awesome hanging out with Sean. Yeah, it definitely was good time, Sean. But I'm gonna give you the floor. This is my code for taking a little break here. Let me see if I could make sure that you're on. All right, how do I switch it to just you? I think it's like this. There you go.
There you go.
I'm figuring things out.
Okay. So I've got of course I showed some last night on Spinetix Live. I can show some of those, but I don't know, some of y'all may have been on here, I don't know. I did show some of the basketball cards. I can show some of those, but I tell you, another product that's just come out recently is Topps Holiday Baseball. And it's funny because that just came out, and I saw on, I don't know if you guys know Striker Breaks on YouTube. He rips a ton of cards. They actually came out with the holiday version of the basketball too, which I guess you can order from Fanatics. I didn't even know they made the holiday for Topps Basketball, so probably not going to get any of that. But anyway, here is some of the stuff from the holiday. And this one right here is actually, this one's from the 10. That's a Juan Soto. That's a Blue Lights. They call it blue lights foil or something like the holiday lights. So those are pretty cool. You get some of those in the 10. What else do we have here? That's the blue foil. This is just the base. So you get like 4 of the base, I think. They're kind of I don't know what you call that. Orangey, burnt orange, brown. That's the Cal Raleigh right there. And then also you can get numbered versions of the holiday lights from the 10, which I did pull one of those. That's Chandler Simpson, I guess, from the Rays. That one's numbered out of 99, which is pretty cool. So not too bad there. Sith will be interested in these couple more than likely because they're the world champions of Major League Baseball. This is the World Series MVP Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the green plaid from the Advent calendar. Those are pretty sick. It's a paper card, but that's really nice. You get one of these in each pack in the Advent calendar, which I probably will post that video soon. So that's pretty cool. Adam said he bought a box of Holiday to rip on Christmas Eve. That's cool. It's crazy that they came out with that even before November started. So Adam's going to be waiting a while to rip that box, which it'll probably still be available. Those tins will be rolling around on the shelves for probably another 3 or 4 months. Sean said he's not touching the Holiday this year. It's just a fun rip. It's not expensive, or it's not valuable by any. You can get some nice cards, but Sis said with some eggnog. Zach, Sports Cards and Collectibles, what is going on, my man? Welcome in. Nikki's on a BM break, so I've got the floor showing some cards. Here's another one from the world champion, LA Dodgers. There's Blake Snell on the blue foil glitter, I think it's called. You get like one of these per mega box, I think. Not numbered, but those are pretty cool. Blake Snell, who had a decent series. I think he won maybe one game. I can't remember. I like this one. This is the Adley Rushman Black Dragon Sports says, I am here on this channel. Okay. There is Adley Rushman. I've got a little PC of Adley. Got some
Bart?
nice yeah.
That's just so everybody knows. That's my other channel. I rebranded it to that name. That was my
thanks for telling
AI
me.
channel that I had that I rebranded to that name.
Okay.
All right, go on.
Good to know. So there's the Adley Rushman. That's pretty cool. I like the colors on that. It's really nice. It's not numbered. Also in the advent calendar, you get some buyback cards. And so I got a couple decent ones. Here is I think it's 2015. It's a Prince Fielder home run derby card, but you can see the little stamp there. It says I think it says holidays. What does it say? Originals, Topps Originals 2025. That's a buyback from whatever year that was. I think 2015 Prince Fielder. Got a Dave Parker. This one's pretty cool. This is 87 All-Star Dave Parker. He's a Hall of Famer now. So the buybacks are pretty nice. You can get some decent stuff in there. And then I got this one, and I'm going to take it out of the top loader because I was pretty upset about this. If you open an advent calendar, obviously it's meant for Advent, for the month of December. You open up one a day until Christmas. So it's like 25 packs or whatever. But obviously you can rip them all if you want to, which I did because I've never done it before. But I got this card right here in one of the buybacks, and it's pretty nice. It's the Cal Ripken in the 90 Topps All-Star. The problem is, look at that. That's terrible. And then over here on this side, I don't know if you can see that. It's just mangled. I can't really see. It's hard to see. Maybe you can see it on the back better. It's really creased right here. So that sucked. But still a cool card. So that's some Topps holiday. Adam's still in here. Yeah, I know, Adam. I thought about sending it back, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. I mean, I looked it up on eBay. It's probably maybe a $10 card. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. You also get these evergreens, which are pretty cool, and you have some throwback players in there. That's Hank Aaron. I know Ernie Banks is in that set. Pretty nice. And you also get, let's see, where did I put them? You get the ornaments, which I got a few of those. And I got a Ken Griffey Jr. These come in the mega box, so that one's pretty nice. So they put some retired players in here. Nikki will like this one. There's the Juan Soto in his Mets uniform. And they even put the Splendid Splinter, Ted Williams. You want that? I think I've got one for you, Adam. I can send that to you, buddy, if you want the Aaron. No problem. Because I think I got two calendars, and the evergreen cards were the same in both calendars. The collation was the same. You only get 3. All right, so you had a Drake J ran from the previous year. That's cool. So a few other cards I want to show. I've been getting into the vintage pretty heavy. I've got a ton. I'm not going to show them all, but I will feature a few that are pretty nice. So I've been picking up mostly 70s and some 60s. But I've even got older than that. This is my first 1954 Topps card. That's a Hank Sauer. Of course, if I'm going to get one, it's not. These are high cars, especially for the greats. Those are cool. Ernie Banks rookie card is in this set, which is way out of my price range. But I got his teammate there, Hank Sauer, who was a pretty good player. And then I picked this card up on Whatnot. This guy was selling just 48 Bowman. He was selling 52 Tops. I'm not sure where the guy's a pastor. 54 Tops. And so I don't know where this guy is getting these cards, and they're in good condition. So I end up getting my first 52 Tops card. It's a Cubs card, and it's a Frank Baumholtz 1952 Tops. And it's not in bad shape. It's way off center, but I mean, the back looks pretty good. It's off center too, but pretty cool card. And it's so before, I'm not sure when they started making them the size they are now. These don't fit in top loaders. You have to have a bigger top loader than a regular, what you use for a regular card. So
hold on a second there, Bart. Let's give a shout out to our friend Justin W. Smith from Big Sky Entertainment. What's going on there,
what's
Justin?
up, Justin? How are you?
All right, go ahead, buddy.
All right, got this one is pretty cool. This is a 1965 Tops. I like these leaders cards. I don't like them so much in the new products, but when you have Hall of Famers on more than one Hall of Famer on a card, that's sick. Of course, I got it for the Sano, but it's got Willie Mays on it. 1965 RBI leader, 64 RBI leaders on the 65 Tops. So that one's pretty cool. I think I finished my Ron Santo Tops run as far as his regular base card. I got the 65 Tops Ron Santo. So that one's nice. And then I think I needed this one. This is his. I've got his Cubs card in the 74, but that's his traded card. That would be I think that's a high. No, it's traded, I guess. I don't know. Traded, which looks weird. They did the airbrush on the hat there, so that was his last card issued. And then I picked up this one. I can't remember what year this is. Adam could probably tell you. It's the Deckle Edge Ron Santo. Those are pretty sick. It's a would have to be after 60. It's probably 61, 2, somewhere around there. Adam, help me out on that one. What year is that on the Deckle Edge? This one, I got this one for TTM purposes. This is from, man, I don't even know what year this is. I think it's a 59, maybe. Not sure. I think it's a 1959, but this has McDonald, Turley, and Bobby Richardson on it, run preventers. All those guys are Yankees. Oh, Deckle Edge is 1969. Okay. Cool. Thanks. So that was, I'm going to get this one signed by Bobby Richardson over here. And that's Bobby. Bobby Richardson's an awesome signer, awesome dude. If you want to check it, learn more about him, you can go to BobbyRichardson.com and watch his documentary. It's really good. You won't be disappointed in that. Let's see what else I got. Nikki, you can stop me at any time.
Now you can keep on going. I'll put myself back on the screen, but you can keep on going, buddy.
Okay. I don't have to, but I can. I got a table full of cards up here. I could go all night.
All right. Go with a couple more cards, and then I'd like to give my thought, or we could talk about the Tops basketball because
okay.
I got a small little rant about it.
Okay. I'll show two more. This one is a 64 Tops, and I like it because it's got Sandy Koufax on it. Sandy Koufax, Jim Maloney, and Don Drysdale, so teammates on there from the Doyers. So Sith probably liked that card right there, since he's a big Doyers fan. And this one, even though this isn't. This is I thought it was a manager card, but this is from 1962. It's my only Gil Hodges card. So that one's pretty neat right there. And that's about it I've got more, but I'll go ahead and stop. But that's what I got.
A lot of awesome stuff there, Bart. Even though I don't collect the vintage and whatnot, it's something I could certainly appreciate.
When you get as old as I do, you'll get there.
I mean, I don't know how old you are, but I'm pretty old. But I know I'll always be younger than Sith, and I'll certainly always be younger than Adam. Even though Adam, I have to say, looks a lot better and than I do at his age. But I'm about to hit 50, so I'm not a young cat anymore.
You got a ways to go, buddy.
Okay. But I can appreciate the vintage. For me, I look at it as, especially being the Homer collector that I am, that Sith likes to tease me about. Philly's history isn't exactly good when you start getting into the really old stuff. Like, okay, what do I do? I can collect Mike Schmidt cards, I can collect Pete Rose cards, but when you go further back than that, I mean, what am I collecting? Richie Ashburn cards, or some of the guys from like the 1940s or 1920s. I looked it up. Believe it or not, those cards aren't cheap.
No,
the guys from the really early eras of Philly stardom, those cards are not cheap. Eagles, yeah, I guess I'd be collecting some Chuck Bednarik cards or something like that. But other than that, I'm not getting too old into the Philadelphia sports scene. It's not like I'm a Yankee fan and are looking for Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris. I'm not looking for Babe Ruth cards.
Well, you'd have to have pretty deep pockets for that. But
Yeah.
Spine said that maybe you may not like the vintage cars, but Nikki, you are vintage.
No, I age like a fine wine, but again, like I said, not quite like Adam, because I'm sure maybe it's the fact that Adam is all like nice and proper and clean shaven on his channel. Maybe I got to go babyface again. No, that'll never happen. Moon over Miami's mentioning Randall Cunningham. Yes, definitely one of my early favorites there, Moon. Love Randall. I'm old enough to remember right before Randall with Ron Jaworski. Jaws was his nickname. Awesome nickname. Love that nickname. Over in the Sixers, you had Dr. J, definitely one of the greatest to ever do it. Hockey, we did just for the Flyers, we did just lose Bernie Parent, and then this is cool. I know we at least have a couple hockey bros in the channel. I didn't know this. So Bobby Clark, the all-time greatest Flyer of all time, he there was a game of, I guess it was like Canada versus the USSR back in 1972, and Bobby Clark freaking whacked the shit out of one of their players and injured him, and they were scared to even continue to play the game. And I did not know that about our Bobby Clark. So good on Bobby Clark. I absolutely love it. So it is fun to look back into some history of stuff that I'm into. I'm into history. I'm into watching old documentaries of my sports teams and other sports teams. Like, as much as I hate the Yankees, put on a documentary of Babe Ruth or whatever. I'm watching it. A Joe DiMaggio documentary. I'm watching it. That kind of stuff does fascinate me.
Well, speaking of your vintage Flyer history or whatever. Check this out. You know who that is?
I got to put you big first. Hold on. That looks like Bill Barber, but I'm not sure. I think that's Bill Barber.
Nope.
No.
Come on, you got to do better than
that. Kelly. Can I think of his
Yes.
first name?
Bob the Hound Kelly.
Yeah, Bob the Hound. There you go. That's
I got
cool.
that from Mike Schmidt at the Hot Corner.
You know what, Mike? Me and Mike, we occasionally cross paths through the YouTube. He does his thing, I do mine. We definitely know each other. I could definitely say I'm envious at the fact that he goes out and about. He knows where all the players are, and he goes to a lot of these signings, and it's very cool when he goes to the signings of players.
It was
sometimes
funny.
he sits in.
Do what? It was funny.
I was going to say
about,
sometimes he sits in like podcasts and stuff.
Oh yeah,
at the card shop.
He definitely goes to all the podcasts and events where these players are at. I mean, weekly. And I've known Mike for quite a while, and we text back and forth sometimes. And one day he's like, he was at some fair or carnival or something. He's like, damn, I wish I had something for him to sign. He sent me a picture of him standing next to Jason Kelsey. And let me tell you, Mike's not a big dude. He's like a freaking Oompa Loompa. He's really short because Jason Kelsey looked like a freaking giant. It was pretty funny, but he said Kelsey was just awesome. But it's funny. He just at a fair and Jason Kelsey was there. It was pretty cool.
Just to address a couple of the comments in chat, Zach says Julius Erving and Charles Barkley, amazing players. Yes, Charles Barkley, my favorite player of all time. Adam just got back a TTM of Brian Propp. From what I've heard, Adam, Brian Propp also is one of the most approachable alumni players around. I saw a really cool video where when the Flyers recently, I think it was 2 years ago, played a stadium game versus the Devils, and some kid leaving the game was wearing a Prop jersey, and Brian Propp actually approached him and was like, "That's cool, you're wearing my jersey. I haven't been playing in the league for like over 30 years or whatever." So I like Brian Propp. I love the guffaw. So good TTM from Adam. 2-Day Rips says, after watching you and Monkey Man Sports, shout out to Monkey Man Sports, hockey is starting to grow on you. 2-Day, it is definitely a lot of fun. Hockey, I could watch hockey all the time. Ripping hockey, I have not had much success lately, and man, the prices are it's a little bit skewed there, Bart. It's definitely cheaper opening hockey than opening baseball or football, but the return also isn't there either. Even a major hit in hockey is not going to really pay for it the way like you can if you get the big case hit in football and baseball.
Right.
Justin's favorite Sixer was Allen Iverson.
AI.
Paul Dave's back in here saying not me. He can't stand hockey, but pretty soon if the Chiefs keep losing the way they're losing, he's not going to like football much anymore either. He's like Paul's like those little 14-year-olds who love the Chiefs now, but once they start losing again, let's see how long you stick with your team there, Paul.
Oh, that's funny.
So I did want to talk about Topps basketball. Love seeing the stuff that you open. I opened up a hanger that we opened up together, battling
Yes.
each other last week.
Yes.
I opened up a blaster, and then I opened up the hobby box. So the blaster will be a video I'll post sometime during this coming week, and the hobby box, I opened that one pack at a time to do shorts with. And that's about all that is good for, is shorts and possibly getting some views, because the box itself was awful. You saw the one card. So my Topps hobby box, guys, $199 to get one low tier player mem card out of 25, and that was about it. A couple Cooper flags, at least I got the Cooper flags. I can't totally complain. I got two different. I got the Cooper flag base and the VJ Edgecombe base. But I think my money, Bart, would have been better spent, say, if I opened up like 6 or 7 blasters, maybe a hanger or 2. I think my money would have been more well spent doing that than the hobby box.
You must not gotten loaded boxes like Striker Breaks. I watched some shorts. He was doing a break on his channel. He might have been opening up jumbo. He had one break where he pulled 3 case hit Cooper flag cards, a home court advantage and 2 others. Those cards, I can't imagine what they go for.
The crazy thing is,
only,
if I pulled a home court advantage of Cooper flag, I'd be keeping it. So it's like, it's a catch-22 when stuff like that happens, because I'll be, I'm a Duke fan. I like Cooper flag. Whatever Cooper flag cards I get, I'm keeping. So it's a little catch-22 on that.
It doesn't make sense to me that these hot prospects, rookies, whatever you want to call them, from all the sports, and especially like Bowman stuff from baseball, people spend crazy money on these guys that haven't done shit in the professional sport. Now, they may have been a hell of a college player, high draft pick, whatever. But you spend $1,000+ on one of those guys, but yet, these Hall of Famers I've just showed here. I mean, I bought several of these for less. Most of these for less than $10. It just doesn't make any sense, because, we'll take example. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was a high draft pick, and I can't remember what year that was, 2022 or 23 or something. I opened some Donruss, and I pulled a Kenny Pickett rated rookie. I think it was an optic. It wasn't numbered. It was green. I sold that card for like $120. I bet you could go to eBay right now and buy that card for $3.
Absolutely, and it's a shame.
So that's what I'm talking about. Well, I don't do that. I mean, I might get the hot prospect, but I'm buying like base cards, maybe a couple non-numbered parallels. The one, especially the Bowman stuff, it's just ridiculous. Cooper flag, he may be a future Hall of Famer. He may be a bust, but I just don't get it. But to each their own. I personally don't understand all of that. That's why I like the vintage stuff, because those cards, those guys aren't playing anymore. They're probably not going to necessarily decrease in value that much. They're only going to increase in value based on, the age and the scarcity of them. So that's kind of why I like them now. I didn't used to, but anyway, yeah, like you can buy PSA 10 Luka rookie for under 100, huh?
You could rile off so many different names. People buying, the CJ Stroud cards, Victor Wembanyama, who might still end up. I mean, he's having a tremendous year this year. But what if this blood clot thing from last year became something even worse than it did, and then him never playing again. And
Right.
these guys are holding all these cards. People holding that had the Zion Williamson cards. You know, still
Yeah.
a talented guy, but he's definitely not lived up to the hype of him coming out.
Yeah,
The
John
Justin
Morant, same
Herbert,
thing.
Trevor Lawrence. I can rile off so many different quarterbacks. No offense there, Justin. I know Justin really likes Trevor Lawrence a lot, but he's definitely not worth the hype of people chasing for his cards his rookie year.
Now, if you're buying them for your PC, that's one thing. I mean, I
Yep.
get that. But for me, if I want to buy a big car for my PC, I'm going to wait until the price comes down or something like that. I'm patient. Like if there's a car I'm looking for, I'll wait for the right auction, wait for someone to shoot me an offer, stuff like that. I like to buy at value prices instead of just, whatever the price is, because the prices are always going to come down on modern more than likely. They go up and down. I mean, good grief. Back in the right before COVID, Otani cards were nothing. You could buy Otani cards on the cheap, and then he just started having MVP years every single year. So I never got into Otani. I probably should have, but I'm not sad about it. But kudos to anybody who did that, because his stuff right now off the charts. A buddy of ours just sold a Shohei Otani out of 5 that he got out of a hanger box of Series 1. A red Diamante Shohei Otani for almost $2,100
Wow.
out of $11 hanger box. And I mean, if he'd have sold it when he got it, it probably maybe brought 1,000. So normally when you get the card, it's time to sell. But players like that, when they shine, their values increase. But for the most part, if you don't sell them once you pull them, the price will dip.
Sis says he did very well with Otani's, but also not the flip. But what's good with how things go with Sith that I look at and can have admiration for is he's got enough Otanis and different things in his collection, whether it's raw or PSA, that if he gets this like feeling like I need to buy this card, which I've seen him do. I want this Grail. I need this card. He'll take a couple of those Otanis probably and package them up. Some of the lesser ones and package them up to get that Otani. So, yeah, he might not be ready to flip Otanis, but I'm certain that if it came to it and it was the like Otani card that he must have, he would certainly package stuff up and has the buying power to do so. We got my girl Brittany in the house, and Brittany always gets one of these when she comes through.
Hello, cutie pie.
Let me see what Brittany is saying. Brittany says, hey, I don't like the time change because the time doesn't change where I'm at, and I'm so confused for half of the year. She says, happy Sunday to everybody. Brittany, glad that you're here. We need to talk soon. Need to get you on the channel, hanging out with us. Brittany is one of my all-star members, so thank you for being here, Brittany. I believe Veronica is still hanging out as well.
Justin said he stocked up on Shaq and Tim Duncan since the rookie season. They had some rare cards, got them on the cheap, and now they're very valuable. So that's good. If you can do that, That's great.
I think the other problem is like everybody knows these things now, or everybody
Right.
is in the chase and in the hunt now. Like, when you were looking at, I mean, obviously hockey collecting or sports card collecting has been around for a long time, but it hasn't been really since until like COVID that
Mm-hmm.
like everybody and their younger brother and their moms are out collecting cards and flipping cards and think they're the next big smart person in the hobby. So that's where it gets kind of difficult even for just us little guys who just want to either a taste of the action or collect certain cards for their PC. It
Yep.
gets kind of difficult. Justin says that Daniels is injured and out. So far Jaden hasn't done a whole lot this year to warrant it even mattering. And I'm not saying that out of malice being in my division. It just I expected Jaden to continue, I expected him to be the next big thing in the NFC East after his performance from last year, but it's not looking that way. Yeah, Adam says last 10 years is when cards have gone to the next level. And a lot of it has to do with, like I said, with between the last 5 years or whatever with COVID, people were sitting at home bored. They had nothing better to do. So they're watching YouTube and starting YouTube channels and buying cards and couldn't buy a lot of other stuff on the shelves, but you could certainly buy cards. You couldn't find bicycles; they were out of stock. You couldn't find fishing equipment; that stuff was all out of stock. You couldn't find a basic friggin' gallon of milk in some situations during that time. But you could find cards.
Sometimes you couldn't find cards when the scalpers would come and clean the shelves off.
Yeah, absolutely. And thankfully, I wasn't around during that because I think I would have beat the shit out of somebody. Because even now, I get upset when cards aren't around. But at least I wasn't around when there was like riots at some of these stores for cards and dealing with all that. But also, just like within the last 10 years, I had a thought. And I kind of lost that thought there, Adam. But just with some of your bigger YouTubers out there and your Jeff Wilson's coming onto the scene, that's kind of where things have changed. And, you got these 12, 13, 14-year-olds who think they're experts in selling cards. It's crazy. It's a totally different atmosphere for sure. I just want my little piece, Bart.
Yeah.
My little piece for my collection, my PC, and not have to spend $1 zillion to try to get it because I don't have $1 zillion.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be retail out there, so that's what I do. I know hobby, obviously, you can get the bigger hits, but man, if you ask Sith here about his hobby box of hockey, he'll tell you it was trash. $125 for about $25 worth of cards, and
it was mine. And mine was that bad.
So and that's more of the norm than the exception. Normally, you're not going to make your money back on a hobby box. Now, is that always the case? No. But for me, I like flagship product baseball. If I'm going to buy a hobby box, it's going to be on a pre-order where I get it for the cheapest price from Topps, normally about $90. No, and I'm not going to get my money back, but it's more of a collection thing for me. I like to put the set list for a set builder. that's a good start, and then you fill it in with the retail and make your set or sets, whatever you want to do. But the baseball is not as bad as football and basketball, and so I'm just wondering, obviously for Panini to buy a hobby box of football and basketball is just freaking outrageous. So Topps comes out with this flagship product, for the basketball, and I don't know what the pre-order was. It was probably 109, 10, 109. So that's not too bad, but it's not a premium set either, and of course, but if you were to buy a box of Panini Donruss basketball, how much would that be? More than $110, right?
I would say yes. Can't say for sure. This was the very first hobby basketball product I've ever opened. So
right. So I mean, I don't know how they're going to do with the prices, but when they get the license for everything, it's going to be it's almost a monopoly in the big. It is a monopoly of the big three: football, basketball, baseball. So but you still got your secondary sports like hockey and soccer and the ones that are not as popular, but the money's in those big three. And so hopefully, if they keep raising the prices, people keep buying and buying and buying, they're not going to stop raising the price.
I mean, I go and I see some of this football product at $750. I've seen, the monster boxes of football or whatever, $1,500, or I've seen videos of the guys that open up like the suitcase box that's like $3,000. It's got like 3 or 4 cards in it total, and you're pulling a card that might be a $50,000 card in the box, or you might get a $100 dump of a card.
Right.
Almost the same kind of odds, so to speak.
And Adam's right. He said the print runs are just kind of ridiculous, and that waters down your product. So when you're buying boxes, the odds are against you from getting something good. And used to, you could buy a hobby box, a flagship, and almost make the set. Now he says you need 2 jumbo boxes to make a set now, which is ridiculous, especially for a flagship product. But I stick to retail pretty much. I am looking forward to Topps update comes out on the 12th, so about a week and a half, which was put off. They were supposed to come out this past week with update on the 26th, I believe, but they pushed it back. Topps is making cards of freaking everything now. Now they got the basketball. What are they going to do when they get the football? They're making freaking, baseball, now basketball, soon football. They're doing freaking Disney, all kinds of Disney, Labubu, whatever the heck that is. Just all this extra stuff. I don't know what they're going to do. How they've already pushed back all these sets that they normally get out. I don't see how they're going to do it.
Well, the other question is too, are they going, I mean, watching how things are now, and I get it. They wanted to almost quickly put this basketball stuff out. Are all the sets going to look the same now? I mean, is that going to be the next thing when you get to 2026? Or is the football set going to look just like the baseball set, just like like football, baseball, and basketball? Are they all going to be the same? You know what I'm saying? Like not identical, right. Because you have home court advantage, you have home field advantage.
But you're talking about the base design,
like borders and stuff like that. Is it all going to be the same, or are you going to have totally different sets? That's the one thing I did like about Panini. Like you knew when you're opening football, you knew that Mosaic looked one way, you knew Select looked like this, Absolute had the kabooms. Your Donruss optic with and regular Donruss with the downtowns, they all had a different look to them. Now is everything going to be completely generic?
That's a good question. So obviously, I started collecting in the '80s and with baseball, and in 1984, I started collecting like '81. And so in '84, I started buying football cards. And back then, Topps had made football cards, and they were totally different design than the baseball. So they did it back then. Will they do it now? I don't know. But I mean, we'll just have to wait and see on that. It's going to be a while before they get the football. I think Panini will get to make all the 2025 cards, I think. And, they'll be releasing 2025 cards next summer probably. Because those products just run so far behind the season, it's just ridiculous. But it'll be interesting to see.
Just trying to catch up with the chat. Justin says he likes just going Walmart and he feels retail gives him a chance.
Yeah.
Sis says he goes to eBay because they usually sell the hockey sets for cheap, and you can get the Young Guns in a separate lot, I guess is what he's saying, and that's how he's gotten many of his sets from breakers and such.
That's true.
Veronica's saying this is interesting. Veronica's saying her cousin went viral for buying all the cards here. I would go with him to defend him, but he would go to jail over a box. If I'm not mistaken, I think Veronica's out of like the Oakland area, so I could kind of imagine that her having a rough and tumble cousin that takes nobody's shit. All right. That's what I have to say about all that, Bart. Just I enjoyed the basketball. I think I would have liked it better if I had just opened up a bunch of blasters, because I feel like again, with my hobby box, it was basically I got the one mem card, I got the one gold numbered to 2025, and a handful of rookies and a couple inserts and not much of anything else. Where if I opened up like 8 blasters, maybe I would have actually gotten multiple numbered cards.
Or maybe I would say if you were going to open any more, I would try a few hangers. They always say hangers are bangers. I think that is true to a degree, but they seem to have a little bit more in there. The ones I've opened, the middle, you get like 4 or 5 inserts. You get 2 Diamantes, and you normally get a parallel of some sort. I've pulled 2 numbered 3 numbered cards. I can't remember. But one was to 5, the Klay Thompson, which was if that had been a Cooper Flag, oh my gosh, I'd have lost my shit. But it wasn't obvious. Klay Thompson, even though he could be a Hall of Famer, later on, but it wasn't a crazy value. I did sell that card just to refuel some of the cost I incurred. Pulled this one out of a hanger box. Mike Conley, he's not probably going to be a Hall of Famer, but he was really good when he played for the Grizzlies. That's out of 25.
That's nice.
That's better than not getting a parallel. There was one other card. Let me see if I can find it. What I do with it? It's a Wemby, but it's not his base card. It's the duo card with De'Aaron Fox. that was a gold border I pulled out of there. So that one's got a little bit of value. So the hangers aren't too bad, and they're only like $13. And you get probably 5 or 6 rookies out of there. So it's not a bad. If you're going to do retail, that's probably the best as far as. Oh, here it is, right here. That's that gold Wimby and De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
So
I have to say I probably will not open anymore right now unless I get totally bored. I'm like in the mood to open up something and I see it. I might just wait till the next product that comes out, whenever that comes out, if they do like a series 2 or whatnot. I'm sure there'll still be plenty of Cooper flags in that as well. But you actually kind of brought up a good point. That's the tough part sometimes of watching videos, especially videos that your friends put out of them ripping product. We're friends. We give each other cards. We send each other stuff, little things here and there and whatnot. But it wouldn't, if you pulled like a Cooper flag out of 5, it wouldn't be right of me to sit there and be like, "Hey, Bart, I'll buy that off you, but can I get the friends discount? Can I get that on the cheap?" Like that would be an asshole move on my part, for sure. But like in my internal soul, I'd be like, that lucky fucking bastard just freaking pulled that card. And it's a perfect time to bring it up because I was watching Helmets and Hash Marks shared his latest video to me over on Instagram. So I went and checked it out, and he pulled out of his I think it was a blaster box, if I'm not mistaken, of Mosaic Football, and he pulled the case hit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Micro Mosaic freaking Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
I give him a double of these. Fuck you. Why does that have to happen? I'd rather see a complete stranger pull a card that I love than see a buddy of mine that I know that I'm still never going to see it. But now it was a buddy of mine that pulled it, and it's tough. It's me here.
What would that card go for, though?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not enough into the world of checking the prices and whatnot, but $300 to $600 probably.
Wow,
at least. I mean, it's a case hit. It's a Saquon Barkley, and everything I've seen with Saquon Barkley over the past year has been upwards of $300. So that's probably got to be a $300 to $600 card, and I'm not paying $300 to $600 for it.
Well, Doogie from Doogie's Dugout, we chat a lot, and he rips a lot, and he's pulled really nice Cubs cards that I'm like, dude. So, nothing like thousands of dollars or anything like that. But I have made some trades with him. Not very often. He's pulled some nice PCA stuff. And that's another thing. Like, you might, they're talking about like Ohtani, get in with the ones that got in with him early on, the first few years of his career, and you got those cars. They've increased in value so much. I'll give you an example. Last offseason, Pete Crow Armstrong, one of my favorite players, and he did really well for the Cubs this year. Last year, he was a rookie. He was up, and then he got sent back down, got called back up, and had a decent second half, nothing fantastic. So over the offseason, his cards weren't, you could get an auto for $50 to $100. And for me, that's still too much. I'm just cheap. I like the deal. So if I know then what I know now, I would have, forked over the cash then. But I managed to pick up his base chrome auto out of Topps Chrome, on card auto for like $38 in an auction. It's a pretty good deal. I haven't looked it up recently, but around the middle of the year, May, June, July, right in there where he was, in the MVP talk at that time, that card was selling for like almost $300.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. It was a base chrome. It wasn't a numbered card. I was just, and then the numbered stuff was $600, $700, $800. I was like, that's crazy. So now I can't afford them. Well, I could pay that, but I'm not going to. I'll wait till the price comes down again.
Yeah, it's like, you've been over on Spontex Live and seen there. I've been like buying the Maxi PSA slabs and whatnot, and he's pretty affordable. I'm buying PSA 10s at $25, $30, $40 a card, rookie card, where Saquon right now is like my favorite player. Forget about Saquon's rookie cards. I couldn't touch Saquon rookie card. You're talking about if I was to just look at a PSA 10 Saquon card from last year that was more, just anything even more than a base. You're looking at it like, say, a color match green mosaic PSA 10. Guarantee is at least $100, if not more.
Right.
Pay that. It's friggin' it makes me sick to my stomach. Some of these cards that I would love to have, but
he hadn't been doing too good this year, so his prices may be coming down a little bit.
Maybe. Definitely not the ones that are sitting in my LCS right now. That's for sure. I can't touch any.
Yeah, well, you have the disadvantage of living in the town he plays in, so that that makes it different.
All right, we're going pretty good. I'm glad everybody's still hanging out with us. Got a couple more things I'm going to go over here. Hold on. I got to remove some stuff. Had extra stuff going on this, extra slides this time, so let me get these next two slides working.
Funny, Adam and Sith are talking about Vladimir Guerrero and Bo Bichette. I PC Bo Bichette, and I got an autograph of his recently, so that's cool.
All right, what's up on the screen here? I can't even see. All right, so here's your NBA. Hold on. Get a little easier. Let me remove that from the screen. So your early going NBA Bulls at 5-0, Sixers now at 5-1. They won tonight. This was before they had their game, so they're 5-1. Big surprise from them. I had
Bulls
no
are 5-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looking pretty good with a little Kobe White action over there, although I think he got hurt and missed a game or two. Looking good. Bucks at 4-2. Giannis is day to day. Seeing a lot of that right now. And I'll kind of explain that a little bit when I get into the fantasy sports segment of it. But so many players going day to day are getting injured and being out for like a month. And right now, the Hawks, their main player, Trae Young, he's out. He's not expected to come back for a while. Celtics, they're without Jason Tatum for the whole year.
Jeez.
Had an Achilles injury from last year. Same with the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton had that gruesome Achilles injury during the finals, NBA finals last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we'll move on to there's your NBA West. Thunder undefeated at 7-0. Spurs at 5-0. They're both looking totally stellar. I have both SGA and Wembanyama on my fantasy team, so they're kicking a lot of it. All the way down to. Go ahead.
See, Swag's Nuggets are 3-2.
Yep, and I believe 4 out of those 5 games, Jokic has triple doubles, so that's good. Lakers, they're starting to get a little bit better. Luka was out for a couple games, and he's back.
Speaking of Luka,
yeah, you have a question? You have a question?
No, I was going to say, speaking of Luka, he is not going to be in any Topps products. Just FYI. I was wondering because I haven't pulled any Lukas, so I looked it up, and apparently he has an exclusive deal with Panini.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yep. So don't be looking for Luka Doncic in any of your Topps basketball sets. So interesting.
That is interesting to know. And you hold on. I haven't used this in a little while, so. No Luka Doncic in the Topps product coming from our official beat reporter, PC Sports Cards. You only find that in Panini product.
That's what the Google said. The Google's never wrong. But it's true. He's not in the checklist. I've ripped enough that I would know if there was a Luka Doncic in the product.
You know, I've been saying it since last year. I'm a pretty big Luka fan. Not like some crazy fanatical. I must have every card of his kind of fan or whatnot. But I like Luka a lot, and it pained me him going to the Lakers. Where I spent like the second half of last year's season like finding myself rooting for the Lakers, which I'm sure brings much joy to Sith's heart because I hate Lakers, but I like Luka a lot and want to see him succeed. We got Barry in the house. What's going on, Barry? Barry, we miss you over here on Sunday nights, and we certainly miss you on Saturday nights as well. You need to come back over on Saturday nights and hang out with us on Spine Ticks Live, where I'm on panel. I'm on panel, and I'm sure you miss me because I miss you. And now Bart is occasionally on panel as well. So I think you should come hang out with us on Saturday nights, or at least here in chat. Explain yourself why we haven't seen you, because I miss you, Barry. Let's see. So for basketball, we'll throw this one up here next. That's your standings so far, basically 2 weeks through the fantasy basketball season. I'm still holding strong. The points that you see in that second line, those are the points that have been accrued today at the time of me capturing this slide. So I've got a nice healthy lead. I had more of a lead that closed up because, like I said, Anthony Davis is on my team day to day. Luka was day to day. Didn't realize Luka came back yesterday and put up 60-some points. I had him on the bench.
That sucks.
Who else is LaMelo Ball is now out. Just a couple guys out. It's just been brutal, but still holding strong there. Let's see. I did have one more basketball slide that I wanted to show. As we get further into both the NHL and NBA seasons, I'm going to ramp up talking like Rookie of the Year talk and MVP talk and such. But for now, just giving a quick peek at the NBA. There's your NBA rookies. To this point in the early season, teams about 8 to 10 games through. My
VJ up there at the
76er
top.
VJ Edgecombe lighting it up.
Wow.
21.2 points a game, buddy.
Yeah. What pick was he in the draft?
Third.
Okay.
Yeah, we picked third. Leading the way, 21.2 points. I think it's going to be higher than that. I think he scored more than 21 points in today's game, so that's going to go up a little bit. And not too shabby for 5.6 rebounds a game, 5.4 assists a game, 1.2 steals, 0.4 blocks. You're looking at Cooper Flagg there at 13.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists. I think he's like in a hard situation though, Cooper. I gotta give him a little bit of flack, but also defend him a little bit. They're trying him for whatever reason as like the point guard of the team, and I don't think that's working. He needs to play off the ball.
Isn't he like a small forward or something?
What's this?
Isn't he like a small forward, like a three man?
He's like he could play the small forward or power forward, or they kind of have him in the
shooting
point forward, a la Ben Simmons kind of deal right now. It's nice to look at Jeremiah Fears. He was the 7th overall pick and doing pretty good. And who you don't see near the top of the list is the big mouth Ace Bailey, who's right near the bottom of this list. 4.4 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.8 assists. I consider him, Bart, Ace Bailey. He's like the Shedeur Sanders of the NBA.
Oh yeah,
yeah. All flash, no substance.
Dylan Harper not doing too bad.
Let me put that back up there. Where is Dylan Harper? Yeah, Dylan Harper third. Let's see. Con Canoopel, one of the other Duke players. I think he was drafted fifth or 6th at 12.3. Malawak is not up here. He was the 10th overall pick.
Is he in the G League or something?
For Phoenix. I haven't checked on him, so I'm not sure.
I pulled a number card of his.
Oh, have you? That's cool. That's very cool.
It's on the Clutch City. It's pretty neat. I can show it to you.
Yeah, let me go a couple more of these names real fast. So Walter Clayton, I've seen him in some of the stuff we've pulled. Asa Noel is up here as well. The only name I don't see up here that I was expecting to see up here is the guy from the Bulls. I believe it's from the Bulls. Asengwe is. I don't see him up here. Pull that out.
Trey Johnson up there? Yeah, Trey Johnson's up there. Oh, the Noah Isingwe or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not on there, is he? He may not be.
Nope.
He may not be on the a big roster yet. Or if he is, he's not playing.
I've been a little bit disappointed because speaking of players that you can have players that become bust, but what about players that should be given a chance to see if they can be somebody? Sixers in the second round, they picked up Johnny Broom, who's a center, but maybe a little bit of a small center, but a center. Was a hell of a college talent and was considered as almost as good and a rival to Cooper Flag during the tournament. And yep, second round pick, and the Sixers have not even put him in a game yet, which is crazy considering that Embiid did not play today. So you would think he'd at least get some sort of minutes and
Right.
get his feet wet a little bit.
Justin at Big Sky said he's a big Spurs fan. Said he pulled his first Harper and his two Tops blasters.
That's
I've
cool.
got some Harpers, Justin. That one I've got in a double. That's the 8-bit ballers. I can send you that one. And then I also got one in the power players. I've got some stuff set aside for you anyway, so I'll put those in your stack, buddy. Pretty cool if you want them. Here's the let me take it out of the top loader so there's not as much glare. This is the Malawak. Is that how you say it? This is a freaking cool card. You've seen the Clutch City cards?
Yes.
This is a color. This
really
is a color.
the flag one that you have.
Look at that freaking card right there.
Oh,
It's hard to read it.
Is that numbered?
Yes, it's number is up here by the Topps emblem. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can. No, it's shit. I don't know which way I'm going. It's over here by the Topps thing.
Okay,
But it's numbered. I even have. I'm struggling to see it. It's numbered 134 out of 250. But man, that's a cool card.
Yeah,
I think I pulled that out of the same blaster that I got the. Did that come out of the blaster? I can't remember. Anyway, pretty cool.
All right, so let me show us our swag is back just in time for a little bit of hockey talk to kind of finish us off here. Yeah, talks amongst yourselves.
Here's that guy you say you wasn't on the list, the Noah Isingwe or whatever. That's a hollow foil relic.
I like that design. I really like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Swag says NHL Sith should start watching. He's coming off the Dodgers contact high from last night. He can't think about the hockey right yet.
All right. Don't mind me, folks, pulling all this stuff up because you can only have so many slides within StreamYard at a time when you're not paying for it. So
I don't think Swag was in here when we were talking because I know he keeps saying that I need a hockey team and an NBA team or at least a hockey team or something. We've already established that if it was a hockey team, it would be the Predators.
And you gotta watch. They did they did a thing on Saturday Night Live where it was the one guy was wearing a Rangers jersey, the girl was wearing like a Kings jersey. No, another guy wearing a Kings jersey, and that actor that's in Top Gun Maverick wearing a Predators jersey. But they're like something like, and the Predators, we like boys, and we can reach out and touch them. Talking all this like Predator stuff. Oh, it was like friggin' awful. So awful. It was like humorous. You gotta look that up. It's pretty friggin' funny.
That's funny.
Adam says his Penguins are playing well this year. Adam, they're playing very well this year, but they did lose to the Flyers.
Swag's talking about Jaden Daniels. Is he saying loss for the season? They've already determined that? Surely not. You need to clarify that, Swag.
Yeah, you need to clarify that. Swag.
It says Jaden Daniels list for the season. List? Oh, it says loss for the season. What the crap happened? I saw the hit. No, I'm thinking of Stroud. What happened to? Did he play tonight? We didn't.
Yeah, and he was taken out of the game.
I didn't. We weren't even talking about that. We weren't really following that.
His arm was facing the wrong way.
What?
I'll have to watch that when we get.
Oh gosh! So he dislocated, or like had a compound fracture or something. Golly, that's terrible.
All right, so just a little bit of hockey talk to finish us off, and guys, I'm glad that you've stuck around. This has turned into almost a 3-hour show, so I'm having fun. I guess that was another good reason to come out here in the living room, Bart, so I didn't have to like give my son his room, and my other son didn't spend the weekend here, so he's not sleeping on the couch right now. We'll start off here. That's the wrong one. We're starting here for NHL Atlantic Division. Montreal at the top with 18 points, Detroit 16, Tampa Bay 14, and so forth. Your defending champs who started off the season red hot have fallen off a little bit. Toronto at 13. They beat my Flyers last night. Damn it. Sometimes I can't get to these slides fast enough. Got the Jersey Devils at the top with 18 points. Flyers, they've been pretty decent. They were 6-3-1 at those 13 points, and now lost to Toronto to go 6-4-1, and lost today to the worst team in the league, Calgary Flames. So go figure. Maybe they hit a little bit of a lull of a wall. Yesterday's game, it was the first game part that our one goalie has let up more than 2 goals in a single game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is so the most a goalie starting his career with the Flyers. 7 games is the record for the team for giving up 2 goals or less to start their career with us, and he did it 6 games straight, and then gave up like 4 goals yesterday.
I think it's funny. Swag said Devils are good. Well, he probably thinks that because we know he's going to the hot place.
Oh, yes, he is definitely going to the hot place. There's your NHL Central. Swags, Colorado Avalanche at the top My little buddy Kyler, Broncos Cards 10. His Winnipeg Jets are sitting there with 18 points. Chicago looking pretty decent. Nashville kind of near the bottom, but still good
Oh,
enough
come
to
on.
say.
My newfound team needs to be doing better. Even though I have no clue how those, no clue
You
about
wouldn't
this
be able to
friggin' point
pronounce half their
system.
names.
No, I can't. I mean, I've got these terrible artifact cards here. I can't pronounce half of them.
There's your Vegas Golden Knights sitting at the top of the Pacific. Edmonton, a team that Sith likes a lot, with 15. His other team, the Kings, 14, and his main team, Anaheim, with 13 points. And then down on the bottom, those lowly Calgary Flames at 2-9 and 2 overtime losses. Now let's make it 3 wins, beating the Flyers tonight.
Seattle has a team?
The Seattle Kraken.
What? I didn't even know that. I mean, so you got Seattle and you got Vancouver, which is basically the same area.
Mm-hmm. And then
Okay.
hold on. Here's your NHL rookies.
The Kraken.
What you don't see. Hold on. Let's see if I can scroll back. Oh no, you know what? I'll go show and then hide. Now we'll bring it up. Top player there, Ivan Demidov with 10 points, which is kind of good to see because that's your chase in the Series 1 product is
Yes,
you're looking
Demidov.
for Demidov, young guns. So at least right now he's leading the charge. That would be kind of shitty if that was the chase and he was nowhere to be found on this board. So
Right.
that's good to see. He's leading the charge with 10. My alternate team, Chicago, you have defender Artyom Levshunov with five points in 11 games. I actually did pull his young guns, so that's cool. And then just a bunch of other names. I'm sure by the end of the season, or I'd say by All-Star break, Bart, this will shake out, and there'll be by maybe 3 or 4 guys fighting for Rookie of the Year, and you won't see these names, and I won't ever mention them.
So those are the rookies.
These are all the rookie class.
Okay.
Last year when I was doing this doing the stream, I really honed in on just Lane Hudson, who ended up being the Rookie of the Year, Mitchkov from my Flyers, and Maxine Celebrini, who was the other finalist, and just by I would say probably by All-Star break, this is what they're doing. This is how many points they have, and just honed in on it through the rest of the year. So I think by the time we get to All-Star break, we'll see me only talking about the 2 or 3 best guys fighting it out. And as much as Swag absolutely loves talking fantasy, we'll put up this slide. This is the fantasy hockey that we have going on. I've got myself out of the basement, but not by a whole lot. Sitting there in third. So not the same winning effort that I have going on in the basketball, but a lot of this bad scoring for me has to do with goaltending. I've had some shitty goaltending. I've had some good goaltending that couldn't result in wins because of the team being really bad. I've tried doing the things part where you like acquire, where I'm like, okay, this guy's been good the past 2 weeks. I'm gonna pick him up, and then he sucks when I pick him up.
Sorry, these
I'm
three
trying to
guys
read. Yeah, I'm trying to read what you're reading.
are.
Is this like
Oh,
Sith and Swag going back and forth, or
it's so funny because uh, Sith and Adam are saying Swag's a homer, and Swag saying they're confused collectors. Adam says Swag likes eating the same food every day and wears the same clothes too. Swag NFL 7. Oh my gosh. You guys are cracking me up.
see? I look at it like this, this is how I'll relate to it, and this is how I gotta like kind of draw Sith into my world when it comes to being a homer. Sith always says, my wife, my life, Lady Sith is his world. Well, that's like what the home team is. You don't stray away. You have your you have your now you've ordered from the menu and you might want to look over at the dessert tray, but you're not going for that dessert because you've already gotten the main meal, the main course. That's the same thing, Sith. I'm a homer. I love my team the way I love my wife. I don't stray from that. So take that for what it is. I know Swag's on board with me with that. I don't cheat on my teams. That's how I look. That's how I look at it. Swag says Nikki knows.
Mhm. I'll say this though, if you do rip product, and I do more than I probably should, it's not, some of these cars that they make are really cool. And it's almost like sometimes you may not collect the player or, PC that guy, but they're just so cool. Like if you pull a Paul Skeens autograph, it's almost like, hey man, I want to keep that. I've had several like that. I pulled an Adley Rushman autograph, and I'm like, yeah, I could sell that, but then I didn't, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep that. I don't have to sell any of my cards. I don't invest. I don't hold it and then or try to, grade it and flip it for the high price. Anything like that. I've done that one time with one card just to try to maximize the profit, just so I could put that back into stuff I do want. But I'm one of those that just likes cards, and clearly I have a crap ton of them. Because a lot of guys, one in particular that I know, he'll throw base cards away. To me, that's like burning books. I the only time I throw away a card is if it's out in the garage and mice have been chewing on it, or they're stuck together so bad or something. I don't throw away cards. I'm just always been like that.
I
So
feel you. So I'm going to give you some of the pain that I was feeling the other night. I don't know who, but wherever we were trick or treating, somebody was giving out cards to the kids. Like, I guess little packs of cards to the kids. And
yeah.
I shit you not, I'm walking down the street and I see a bunch of football cards, like prism cards, all over the ground. And I'm walking. I even saw like an orange laser, so not a base card. And I almost had a conniption fit, and like my wife had to like drag me away. It was like, you're not picking those cards up. I was ready to pick them up.
I would
ready to
have.
see what they were.
If someone throws them on the ground, that's you're cleaning the community. You're picking up litter.
I like.
I would have totally picked him up.
Oh yeah, I wanted to, but then I didn't want to. It was crazy.
Oh, I would
Man,
have.
I can't believe I was simply like then thinking like, what house is this? I want to go to that house.
Who's giving away packs of Prism football cards? Let me go
Yeah.
trick or treating. I'll dress up like Ryan Sandberg or something.
Seth saying he's not throwing away any cards either, or comic books.
Yeah.
He said earlier. What did he say? That I wanted to highlight. Hold on, where is it? Oh, 99% of collectors aren't going to be mad pulling a Shohei rookie, even though they don't live in Anaheim. Well, I mean, yes, I would not be mad at pulling a Shohei rookie, but if I had my choice, especially because it'd be a PC card and not a card that I'm trying to flip, a Shohei rookie card or a Bryce Harper rookie card, I'm choosing the Bryce Harper rookie card all day. Don't I? The GOAT status doesn't mean anything to me. That's how I look at it, and I'll equate it back to the whole cheating thing too. Yes, I'm not going to be mad if a girl hits on me, but doesn't mean I'm going to take her up on that offer. So that
Right.
I kind of look at it at that as well.
Yeah.
And I know Sith loves to give me ration of shit, but that's why we are friends, because I'll give it right back to you, buddy. I think I've shown all the slides that was planning on showing. So let's get ready to ramp out here and give our shout outs and thank yous. Bart, you got anything cool going on this coming week?
Nothing really special. I've still got videos that I've recorded that I haven't uploaded. I'll probably upload some basketball hangers that I opened, and maybe some mail days. It's funny, Sean Jedi Master was in here. He sent me. We did a kind of a little trade. I'll probably do a video on that. But on the 12th, I should get my hobby box of Update, which that's going to be a hot product because everybody's going to be chasing Nick Kurtz in that product, and some others probably. So that should be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that, and I will try to get that up. I will be home a little bit late that night, but hopefully it'll come in and I can get that up late Wednesday evening. But other than that, just kind of the same old, same old.
I hear you. So I have the basketball. Like I said, I'm gonna post the basketball blaster this week. Shorts on the on the hobby box. I just opened the 20 packs in shorts to do shorts. Over on the new channel, I haven't posted it yet. I'll probably do a short of the Dodgers winning the World Series, and that channel's just for posting different sports shorts. I'll probably open the Mosaic Football and the Elite Football this coming week, but I probably won't post those videos until like the following week. And then I have no idea when I'm going to open the Advent Absolute. That'll probably be shorts as well, and just do it like that because I don't see myself just sitting there opening that whole thing in one shot.
Yeah, I got a video on the Topps baseball Advent calendar. I'll probably upload.
All right, let's get this music back running. We'll jump into the rock again. Unfortunately, we only had one troll in here at the beginning of the show. Ditcha Chandra said that we were a couple of cool guys and found a good channel. Was happy that YouTube sent him our way. So thank you to Ditcha Chandra. We had Paul Daves Jr. Moon over Miami. We had Sith over there at Spine Ticks Live. You can check him out. Hosting Spine Ticks Live every Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, along with Uncanny Swag. Myself, Dan Delatore. Coach's Corner on a part-time basis and taking up also for a guest. You'll find this with us every once in a while over there as well. We got Vince, the sports car ripping teacher, was in the house. Can't wait to play his Packers and kick their ass in about less than 8 days from now. We have Budget Rips in the house. My little man Kyler, Broncos card spin was here. Yo Dean was in the house. Kobe777. Justin the Three Good Nerds is here. Uncanny Swag. Jim NFL 7. SB Vintage Top 5 Steph. Nick Patriots fan. SCA was here for a couple minutes. Fredo 3. Brittany was in the house. Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles. Matty Ice Cards. Adam's Card Closet. Doogie's Dugout. Retroholic Gamer. Veronica for Christie's Crazy Crappy Life here. 2-Day Rip. Join the Jedi Master. My new alternate ego. Black Dragon. Sport. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But we had a plan. Mark. It's Ghana for life. Don't forget about the Bob. Guys, y'all have a wonderful night.
Peace.